Welcome! Today we will be discussing the important issue of college tuition and the impacts it has on our economy.
First, let's take a look at some graphs.
College tuition has outpaced family incomes and the cost of medical care and housing. This has become a huge burden on families that have children that want to pursue an education but are unable to afford the high costs.
These two graphs side by side show that during 2010, the average cost of college tuition increased the most, and in response, the most bankruptcies were filed that year.
It's important for students to achieve the highest levels of education, and that's what's expected in today's society.
Very true, but the rising cost of tuition and other obstacles have made it difficult for those all across America. College tuition has been increasing at twice the rate of inflation. About 70% of students borrow money to go to college, and they take on an average $33,000 in student loans. That's just ridiculous.
I know, it really is, and according to the College Board's recent update, the average cost of tuition and fees for the 2014 school year was around $31,000 at private colleges, approximately $9,000 for state residents at public colleges, and about $23,000 for out-of-state students attending public universities. Obviously, it's not easy to pay these dues all at once, so students have been taking out loans like crazy without even understanding how they work.
And it's really sad that students have to have it over their head for the education they're receiving. Penalties and interest charges that are $10,000 or $20,000 in loans turn into $100,000 in debt due to the simple lack of knowledge. In 2012, College Board reported that an additional $110.3 billion was borrowed to help with expenses dealing with college education as well. That is entirely too much borrowing.
Exactly, and more than 30% of loans are currently in deferment, forbearance, or default. This gives the money to our banks, but it fails to return the money to our economy. Around 50% of the graduates with bachelor's degrees that are under the age of 25 are either unemployed or underemployed.
I can only hope that for the future we don't see any more rapid rises in tuition and see incomes continue to rise. If students don't receive an income substantial enough, they'll fail to purchase their own house, car, and other necessities. This does not benefit our economy at all. It leads to failure.
We were recently able to interview a young woman from Denmark while she was here in America for a few days, and we discussed her education system overseas in comparison to our current structure. In Canada and European countries, their government provides free education up until college. Many people suggest that secondary education programs should be provided at little cost and follow similar education structures here in America. What do you think about that?
I think that if students are deterred by the cost of college initially, they'll fail to achieve their degree because of the high cost of student loans and debt. With no degree, they're unable to receive an income high enough to afford housing and other necessities, which does not offer students an equal opportunity. Many laws have been passed in efforts to lower the cost of college tuition and provide more students with the opportunities to earn their degrees through online classes and two-year programs at local community colleges.
Yes! Hopefully in the upcoming elections, we see candidates addressing this major topic of college tuition, and they provide new solutions that will give opportunities to all of those that want to learn and contribute to our economy. We thank you for watching our program.
Go Dukes!